Hello, my friends. Happy summer solstice. And a reminder, we've got friends to help you out in a jam at soulmart.me. Like our newest practitioner, Bernadette Morgan, all the way in England, helping you with a 30-minute power shot. Jam through your troubles with Bernadette. Or maybe just a quick 15-minute read with Master One Feather, our expert psychic. Or perhaps you're looking for your destiny. How about DJ David Palmer? He'll give you an astrological destiny reading, all at soulmart.me.
Soul Garden.
Hello, Soul Healers, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host of the universe, Christopher Witecki, and I want to remind you, we've got a Mothership where we have all of our viewers come on down and hang out with us, or get soul support, or come to office hours, or chat, or post on my wall. It's called soulgarden.me, the most loving space on the internet. Come on down. We got great Virgo staff that's here to help you only as Virgos can. In fact, our village chief is a Virgo, so come visit us. I'd love to see you. Now, it is an interesting month, really, for everyone on the planet. Interesting in the sense that we actually get a bit of an ease. The universe eases up on the intensity that we really experienced in the first half of the year. But we're catching up to our emotional responses to all of this is what's going on. So we're catching up emotionally to a hard year. I don't think there's new crap coming in. I think we're just coming finally to a rest with all the old crap, so to speak. Now for Virgos, the crap you're working on it primarily is your relationship to the world. Okay, how you contextualize yourself. You are very emotional about how you contextualize yourself. In fact, Virgos probably get the most emotionally upset if they're misunderstood in the world. I've noticed that. And that's because emotion and world reputation or world context are one for them. This is what makes you incredibly great nurses, great healers, etc., because you feel the masses, you feel the suffering, you go racing out onto the Civil War field to help people out. So it's the beautiful thing about you, and it's also your vulnerability on the other hand. And so the way you manage your context in the world is also indicative. It's also important for you to manage your emotions in the same way. So what I'm getting at is sometimes you might get super emotional because you are in the wrong friendships, and it's not that you are a basket case, it's that you're in the wrong context in the world. And sometimes you're in the right friendships and they're right, you're a basket case. You need to deal with your emotional problems before you go out in the world. Because Virgos can dump, I gotta tell you. Now, all that said, the good news is we're gonna get on top of it and we're gonna come to full circle. But on Monday, we're gonna break down. Break down on Monday, Uranus ruling the day, calling for the truth or any false context to fall down. So friendships might fall down, reputation might fall down, an ad campaign may not work if you're in marketing. Something don't go right, okay, that you expected. Now, what the universe says is your context was out of line. That's basically what was the problem. So you were approaching your friends like you were superior, or you were feeling superior when you approached your friends, or you're feeling inferior when you went out on stage. But it was the feeling that you walked out with that set you up for whatever breakdown you had. And unfortunately, your ego may overreact because the moon is in Virgo on Monday. That means some temper tantrums, that means possible showers or over emotional reactions to the situation. Now on Tuesday, you get logical again. I think you're going to like that. The moon is still in Virgo. I'm predicting sunny and cool on Tuesday. And Mercury ruling the day allows you to communicate, send out a press release as a response, whatever it takes. You know, it's that getting and receiving of information is what it's about. And that is, for you, social context and how you emotionally respond. Thinking about maybe different emotional responses or programming different emotional responses, etc. The moon is still in Virgo, but crosses over Mars on Tuesday, so that will be one flare-up at some point. Now this flare-up was hopefully in the positive. In other words, you're going to get maybe strong or courageous or ambitious or excited about where you're going. If you have not been doing the right ego work, you might overreact, get angry, lash out. That would show to me that you have not been doing the ego work you should. But nonetheless, this is a big, aggressive emotional burst. Just be conscientious not to send out a mass email. Okay, that's my whole point. On Wednesday, Very powerful day on Wednesday. Venus rules the day. We're restoring balance and order to things. The moon moves into Libra, so your emotions shift now to self-confidence and soul capital. And Saturn goes direct. What this means is it's time now for Virgos to raise their prices. It's time now for Virgos to deal with their finance issues. It's time now for Virgos to get to work or get started manifesting what they want to manifest. You've been working for almost 2 years, upgrading self-esteem, upgrading your ability to feel valuable, upgrading your ability to do magic. And now with Saturn direct, you either have succeeded or not. It's time to put it into action, put your plans into action. The whole planet's going to get very business and serious oriented as of now. We've been off the first 6 months, which is why we've had the space to do all this inner work. So on Wednesday, you are feeling whatever your soul capital is, good or bad, ready or not. And as the moon crosses Saturn during the night for US and during the day for Europe, you are beginning to want to act or take responsibility for that. So it's up to you to set your prices, and you really feel that truth on Wednesday. On Thursday, it's a cloudy day. Neptune rules the day, so we are in our higher self. We are walking around a little aimless. It's definitely a day to intuit maybe what direction to take in the world or not take, what email to open or not open. Use your higher self for that. The moon is going to still be in Libra, so you are focused again on soul capital and moving in productivity. But the most interesting thing is Venus goes direct. Now with Venus moving direct, this means the giving and receiving, okay, moves forward. And when I say, when we talk about giving and receiving, we are, of course, talking about in your career. Career legacy shifting, which is going to be a big thing this year, now moves forward. So if you've been waiting for a long time to hear about the promotion or hear about if you can go to the next step, or you've been waiting to understand whether or not you want to move forward in a certain direction, Venus direct means it's going to happen. And I know I reported Venus direct last Sunday. I was wrong, Virgo. I was wrong. You happy? I was wrong. Just kidding. I'm wrong a lot, actually. I just cover it up usually better. Then we move to Friday. On Friday, I'm going to say it's time to decide. You are deciding on Friday. Now, the decisions that you're making with Saturn, again, go to Cancer, which means you're deciding maybe not to indulge in certain emotional loops. You're deciding not to maybe emotionally react to certain situations in society. And you're deciding probably to step away from certain concepts or contexts. So I'm not the poor victim anymore, or I'm not going to be the new one on the block, or I'm not going to be the new kid in the office. I'm changing these contexts. I don't subscribe to them anymore. I'm done. So it's a cutting away of your kind of a public image or official titling of yourself, which is kind of a big deal for Virgos. They really hang on to those titles, I got to say. So you are stepping away from that. The moon moves into Scorpio, which makes your mind hyper aware and super sharp, and actually forms a temporary soul pyramid during the day that links the sun, the moon, and Neptune in Pisces. So what you're uniting during this day for just a few minutes is your thoughts and your attitude on the one hand. That's really probably one of the biggest ones. On the other hand, you are uniting. Where are we at here? You are actually uniting. I went backwards in my head. You are uniting long-term relationship and how you partner and how you approach certain things with Neptune and Pisces. And then on the very flip side, it's your new place in society. So it's this new place of thinking in society. It's this new way of thinking in relationships, and it's this new way of thinking. And that's how it all comes together on Friday. Pardon my little sluggishness there in my head. Then on Saturn Day, it's action time. So go ahead and lead the friend. Go ahead and send the mass email. Whatever the chaos is you wanted to do it. Send out your mass marketing, but you're putting into action this new context. You're putting into action your new emotional responses. So if you decided you're not going to emotionally respond this way, well, do it. Put it into action, hold back, walk it off, whatever it is, but make it so, because by putting into action, you make it happen. The moon in Scorpio might lead you to speaking up or saying something you might regret, so be careful about that. We are talking about Mars. And also at the same time, I must say, with Mercury and Leo, you are kind of processing some of your karma, and some of the stuff going on right now is long-term, old school family stuff. So be careful not to project any more than what's actually going on. On Sunday, we kind of slide into home base. The moon moves into Sagittarius, so it's nesting and resting for you. You're going to really want to kind of recharge your batteries and return to your home if you can, or spend some time with your family. The 10th degree means that we're kind of holding space, so you're just kind of squatting on your recent decisions about social life or about context or anything that we've talked about in this episode. Just kind of holding space there. That's what we'll be encouraging through GA. And there is one more temporary soul pyramid which unites three powerful parts of our life. The moon in Sagittarius means you're kind of starting to feel grounded and solid. And that goes to Mercury in Leo, which means you're starting to maybe feel some new faith. And that goes up to Uranus in Aries, which means that you're finally ready to start making the right decisions with where you draw lines. So you're drawing new lines, you're feeling new faith, and as a result, you're feeling grounded on Sunday if you did the work. All right, Virgo, that's all I got for this 7-day forecast, but I will be back on Monday with more. Have a good week and live, love, be.